Haven Township for a residential fire at Riverside Trail. White smoke coming out of the window. House is full of smoke.
The courtroom was silent, tense. Alicia Vance stood at the podium, calm but coiled. She opened a folder slowly and looked up at the judge. "This is the moment the defense's whole narrative goes up in smoke," she said. Literally. Judge Holloway, mid-60s, peered down from the bench. "I've read the filings. Ms. Vance, keep it tight. The defendant wants us to believe he just snapped, but the evidence shows a plan. 8 people dead, gunshots to all 6 children, a fire set in 3 separate rooms."
Preliminary indications are that the fire was intentionally set in numerous different places throughout the residence on the interior of the home.
Police say he killed his wife.
And a man who saw his world crumbling and decided no one else got to walk away. Marcus Webb, the defense attorney, started to rise. "Objection? Set down?" The judge cut in. "This is a 404(b) hearing. I'll hear the offer of proof." Alicia nodded. "The pattern starts in May. He gets fired from his executive position at the American Heart Association and hides it from his wife. In June, she discovers he's been having an affair with a younger coworker, just like how they met years ago. She posts in an infidelity support group. Then in July, she tells a friend she might leave. That very weekend, 8 bodies. The fire report shows 3 separate points of origin.
Once inside the home, police say they found the entire family, all 8 members, dead.
The smoke alarm had its battery removed, and when deputies arrived, he was standing outside with a duffel bag packed with his will and a deed to a Florida timeshare. The judge interrupted. 3 points of origin. The arson investigator confirmed that. "Yes, Your Honor. Tab 7, and the victims." Alicia paused. His wife and 3 children were shot hours before the fire.
I can tell you that there's 2 adults in the residence as well. Some of the victims that we're calling victims inside the residence at this point did have gunshot wounds to their bodies. We don't have cause of death at this point. I don't know. I don't have 100% identification at this point.
The younger ones were still in their beds, shot through pillows. He told first responders he woke up to the fire and couldn't save them. But that's not what the timeline shows.
After the post-mortem autopsies, it was determined that the cause of death for all the subjects involved in this was ruled gunshot wounds, and the manner of death for Amanda and the 6 children was ruled homicide. The manner of death for Christopher has been ruled suicide. Additionally, after checking with the Michigan State Police Fire and Arson investigators, it was determined they're working to identify the cause.
A quiet gasp came from the back of the room. Amanda's sister, Sarah, had slipped in late, eyes red. She sat down heavily.
And we're raising 6 kids, ages 5 to 15. Police haven't released the names of their children. Reportedly, 2 of the kids were adopted from China.
Okay, we're heading to breakfast, and we got to figure out our laundry situation today.
Earlier this month, Mandy appears to have taken their 2 daughters.
The defendant, Christopher Kowitz, saw her and his face went slack. The judge motioned toward the witness box. "Mr. Kowitz, you want to testify on this motion." He walked like a man through wet cement. His voice cracked as he swore in. Alicia started the cross. "You told police you woke up because the smoke alarm went off, correct?" "Yes, I think so. I was disoriented. The smoke was everywhere. I screamed for Mandy, but she didn't answer. I couldn't reach the kids' rooms. The hallway was just orange. The smoke alarm was disconnected. Battery removed. Can you explain that?" "Maybe one of the kids, I don't remember." "You don't remember the alarm, but you remember the fire being loud and terrifying. And you never called 911, the neighbor did. When deputies arrived, you were in the front yard holding a duffel bag. What was inside?" He glanced at his lawyer. "Just some papers." "Insurance. I was trying to save what I could." Judge Holloway leaned forward, voice flat. "Stop. Your sum papers included a fully executed will and a timeshare deed. Is that what people grab when their children are burning?"
Marriage counseling, she says that their therapist made it clear to Christopher that, quote, "just know even if things are, quote, good, this is forever a part of your spouse's psyche. Even when things are good, I think of my husband's infidelity." Mandy reportedly worked as a substitute teacher. This is a statement the Grand Haven Public Schools put out that talks about support now being put in place for students who have been impacted by the
"But I couldn't see a way out. I don't remember pulling the trigger. I remember standing in the living room, then nothing until the heat." Alicia stepped closer. Nothing until the heat, but ballistics shows your 9mm was fired 12 times, 12 shell casings, 8 victims. That's 4 extra shots into already dead bodies. Does that sound like nothing to you? He didn't answer. His breathing got shallow. Alicia turned and read from a printout. Mandy wrote on Reddit 4 months ago, I finally realized I had been the only person who ever showed up for myself.
Looking at myself in the mirror and realizing how up it was. I was the one who was living so miserably because of what he did. I finally realized that I had been the only person who ever showed up for myself my whole entire life. I didn't deserve to treat myself the way I had been. I decided to rewrite my brain as
I deserve better than what he gave me. That doesn't sound like torment. That sounds like a woman learning to breathe again. And you took that breath away, didn't you? Kowitz's voice rose, rambling. She wasn't supposed to leave me. I gave her everything, the house, the trip to China for the girls, and she still looked at me like I was a disease. The therapist said I had to accept she'd never fully forgive me. I tried, but every night she turned her back in bed. I found a note about a divorce attorney dated the day before the fire. I lost it. I just lost it. The judge's voice cut through, cold and hard. You just admitted to a premeditated understanding of her intent to leave. You lost control because of a note that was never found because you burned the house. So you had clarity to destroy evidence, but not to save your children. Kowitz stared at his hands. No further questions? Alicia said. The state asks the Fordham Force evidence be admitted. Motive planning? A calculated effort to eliminate every witness to his shame. His own flesh and blood. Webb objected frantically. Extreme emotional disturbance.
kind of as we're piecing together all of this.
Yeah, well, just based on what you just said, first of all, if you were to say, I want to come up with a checklist of the most sympathetic victims of a horrific crime, right? This would check all the boxes. Children, faithful wife, mother, a saint pretty much as far as a parent, number one. Number two.
She sat down, a deputy gently guiding her out. Kowitz wouldn't look at her. The room felt hollow. Judge Holloway spoke again. The trial will proceed. Mr. Kowitz, you're running out of versions.
And unfortunately for the public and for family members, there's no way to really exact that justice from him. He killed himself, so there's not even a chance to ask him why or to try to get out of him why. We try to see him be remorseful or pay a penance. That's it.
Alicia added, supplemental discovery has just come in from the sheriff's office. A neighbor's doorbell camera caught the defendant's vehicle leaving the house at 3:12 a.m., 2 hours before the fire. He returned at 4:45 a.m. We'll be filing additional charges for tampering with evidence and destruction of digital devices. This investigation is not over. The judge noted the filing and adjourned. As the bailiff moved to take Kowitz, Alicia stopped near Sarah in the hallway. There's a civil wrongful death hearing next Tuesday. The family's attorney will move to freeze all his assets. The timeshare, a life insurance policy he updated the week before, listing only himself. He won't profit from a single tear. Sarah wiped her face. He took everything, even their names.
Having multiple affairs, maybe, just losing his job, we don't know why. All these things come together, and it just points out one thing. Human beings are unpredictable and have dark sides to them, and this, deepest, darkest. And she had no idea she was, that he was like that.
We'll get some of it back. I'll see you Tuesday.
Christopher is dead. He's the one they say did this. He will never face prosecution for what authorities are now alleging. He'll never have to answer why he did it because he took his own life.
Well, there's, no prosecution that takes place. When the suspect is also deceased, there's no prosecution that takes place. But